Okay, it's a great pleasure for me to introduce Ruben Ghiragossian from Caracas, Venezuela. Ruben, first of all, congratulations on being the World Bowling Writers' Outstanding International Coach of the Year last year.
Thank you, Keith. It's a pleasure for me to have been chosen for that.
Well, I hope it means something to you, some recognition of your services.
Well, it certainly does. When you spend a long time doing what we do, and it's always, your ego always has a part of that, and you can't help but feeling good about being recognized somehow. It's really good.
Let me explain that you're a coach, international coach for the World 10-Pin Bowling Association, which we will now call the WTBA, and this takes you right around the world.
Yes, I have been fortunate enough to have been in many places and coaching people. Being around the bowlers, it is my passion, and I feel like being in all these different areas, zones, and countries gives me an opportunity to not only look at different styles of bowling and what's different in different places, but also look at different cultures and mingle with people, and I think that's one of the biggest pleasures in life for me.
Have you any idea how many countries you visited?
Yes, with my business partner Sid, we've been around a lot of places and individually in different places at the same times. But one day, like a while ago, about a year ago, we did kind of the map of what that was. At the time, I had been in 53 different countries.
I was going to say 50, but 53.
Yeah, and he was a couple behind me, but in the recent 18 months or so, because we've been coming to Europe more than we had in the past, and I did know a lot more of Europe than he did, I had a little edge, but I think that he's catching up pretty strongly now.
What about the developing countries where bowling is very new? How do they take to the coaching programs?
Well, actually, they welcome it and then they embrace it very well. They're very eager to learn, and we have the opportunity now that we didn't have in the past, which is the internet and TV and like that, which bowling has been exposed to more than in the past, and so there is more information and knowledge around, and when people see and hear about all these bowlers that they see on TV, on the PBA tour and European tour and so on, when you come in and introduce new information to them, they're just eager to grasp it and go out on the lanes and try it, and it has been really a great experience for us.
Can I put you on the spot and ask you for a favorite place?
To live, to coach, that question needs to be narrow a little bit. Quite honestly, because I enjoy people a lot, I have a lot of places that I enjoy going and miss not going at times. But when you talk about the Far East, the people are very warm in places like Thailand and Malaysia and Indonesia and like that. We have been involved with other countries as well, like Singapore and Hong Kong. But I would say that out of those countries, they're all very different, but the people makes them be very warm. Logistically speaking, as in geography and so on, the cities, Europe has got beautiful cities. We've been coming to Barcelona recently quite a bit because Sid and I are involved with the Catalonia Federation, and I have to say that Barcelona is a wonderful city, warm people, good food. The weather has been great since we've been here, so it's becoming a favorite spotlight for us. And back in my zone where I'm from, which is in the American zone, we do have a lot of nice places. It's very difficult to pinpoint where I would like to be most of the time, but it's not putting me on the spot. It's just difficult to come up with an answer like that. But the places I miss most are the ones that have the greatest people, and when I feel warmth out of the places, I just miss being there.
It's a difficult job anyway, because You go to some countries where bowling has been established for 30, 40, nearly 50 years now, and people are very fixed in the way that they react to coaching and the way that they've been taught to bowl. On the other hand, you go to countries like Latvia, for instance, where bowling is very new and the people are very receptive to the coaching methods that you're going to use.
Yes.
So how do you face up to these two different situations?
Well, we are very fortunate that we have more opportunities than time available. Let's say that the demand is being a lot greater than the offer, and so we're fortunate to be in that spot. And we choose to, because of that reason, we are able to choose where we go and so on. And we do choose to go to places that are very different. We go to England to do, seminars and camps and like that, which is very advanced great bowlers. And we go to places like we're in Latvia and Catalonia, which are starting and just developing. And so as you can see, there's very difference in not only the level of bowling, but how much experience and history they had in bowling. And we choose that so we have a balance. We actually do a lot of research ourselves into the game of bowling. We don't try to teach whatever is being taught for generations, because we believe that the game is ever changing, and because the environment changes, some of the things that have to be done on the lanes to be successful today are a bit different than they were in the past. So not everything is fixed for the last 50 years or so. Some of the fundamentals still remain, but the game has changed a bit. And we do research into how that is done, and we look at the best bowlers in the world, the ones that are being successful at the moment, whatever moment we're talking about, and then try to understand what is of the game that makes them successful today. So we do a lot of experiencing, and we do a lot of experimentation with observation, and then go out on the field and try to test a lot of things. So we do have a lot of work that is not only on the lanes. And because we are able to test it with really good bowlers in places like in England, for example, that gives us another angle and another edge to what we're doing. So it's not by accident that we are involved with countries that are at different levels and in different zones, because we want to experience not only what the reality is in different places of the world, what styles are being developed, why they do that and so on, but also different levels. Because it's good to do research, but then you have to put it on the field. But if the bowler that is trying it is not of a high caliber, you don't really have a good testing exercise. So we do kind of choose where to go, and the reason or the means of how we choose are not really related to economics or things like that. It just has to do more with allowing us as well to test what we're trying. So it's designed that way. It's not by accident that we go to the places we go.
Okay, well that's brilliant, Ruben. Thank you very much, and good luck with the rest of your coaching program. And I'm sure everybody appreciates the passion that you have for bowling.
Well, I certainly do, and I appreciate you having me here. Thanks, Sid.
Thanks, Ruben.
Thanks, Kate.